78.6 FM Yoma Time. This is Positive Vibes with Winsome. It is another Saturday, another day for us to bring that energy. It's been a week, man. I missed you guys. Hey, check this out. So if you're listening right now, you just got through Thanksgiving, right? Hopefully you're not sitting on the couch in a coma, trying to let that food digest, trying to get your body up off that seat, because all that good food, that turkey, that ham, whatever it was that you had is just sitting there, right? Hey, it's good. I'm thankful for the food that I had all last week. Y'all try to make me fat. The wonderful food that was over here at Kadena Air Base Dining Facility. That team put on a great spread out there this last weekend, man. It was incredible. I could have just kept going for more plates, but my team, we about to start working out again on Mondays. I ain't trying to be sitting out there looking like the old man with the sluggish fat belly, so I had to give up on that. Hey, check this out, man. 78.6 FM Yoma Time. This is Positive Vibes of Winsome. Today we are talking about a couple of things near and dear to heart. One is gratitude, right? One is being grateful, right? What are we grateful for? I was on AFN this last week and we were talking about gratefulness. We had 30 minutes. There wasn't enough time to get that in, man. But one segment I definitely want to dedicate to being thankful, what I'm thankful for, man, and some of the opportunities over the last year that came up that I'm truly appreciative for, and the people in my life, right? Also, we're going to talk about faith, man. And people think about, I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about that. Nah, let's go ahead and rewind. Talk about having faith in yourself, having faith in something, believing in things that are unseen, that are going to happen in your life. Just because you can't see it right now don't mean that it can't still happen for you. Bam. Then, of course, before and last but not least, this segment is dedicated, the last segment of the show is going to be dedicated to the Air Force Wounded Warriors Wellness and Resiliency Team. That's my new family. We just connected a few weeks ago. My friend Echo is one of the team members running that show, and I'm going to dedicate a third segment each week to that team for wellness and resiliency. So, man, without further ado, man, it's gratefulness, gratitude, thankfulness. I had a couple of guys that did a couple of videos for me this last week. We're going to play them. And if you're watching, hey, man, I apologize. I love you, but we're not going to start doing the Zoom videos until after the new year. So let me just give a shout out to those people, because you know what? There was a lot for them to be grateful for, and they tapped into it for me, about 45 minutes for some, 30 minutes for others. And they tapped into what they were truly, truly grateful for, man, for 2020. And with everything going on around you, it's so easy, right? It's so easy to get caught up in all the negativity, for anybody to get caught up in all the negativity in 2020. But for those folks who took time to tap into what they were grateful for the good things, and some of them said they listed some of the negative things that happened in 2020 and why they are grateful for them. Not because it was a great thing, but because there was a lesson in each one of those situations. They learned something. They grew from it. It made them stronger in different areas. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, man, is truly, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for 2020, not because of all the loss that we had in 2020, because that was just remarkably horrible and sad. It was because of all the growth that we saw in 2020, because of the folks around us that we watched learn to adapt to the new normals, the ones that didn't realize they were strong enough to do things that they've never done before, those folks that tapped into some strength that they never realized they had, flexed muscle that they had never flexed before. Those are the people who made me truly thankful for 2020. And I'm truly thankful because we didn't get through it individually and alone. We had to do it together. There was so much pain, sadness, fear to start this year off, anger. There's so many different things that triggered a lot of events that when you look around you and you realize that you're not going through these things by yourself. You see, the one thing that happened in 2020 is that 2020 taught us that, hey, guess what? The new normal is, yeah, maybe we can't hug each other. Maybe we can't get close. Maybe we have to stay 6 feet apart. But even with that distance that's between us, we're still able to be one family, one team. We're able to be united. We're able to do things that we've never done before because we see something different now. We have a vision. We see that we're trying to go somewhere together. We're trying to get to 2021, bypassing this COVID bad boy, and hopefully we all get through this rest of this year healthy, right? You're starting to see that when people were here, like, for example, this beautiful island that we have in Okinawa, that we couldn't get back home when we wanted to. We couldn't bring our family members and relatives here when we may have wanted to, but we still found a way to reach out. We still found a way to support. Still found a way to be there for those people who needed us. And the crazy thing and why I'm grateful, and let's go back and rewind a little bit, why I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my team. I'm grateful for the people that I work with every day. You know, some of them are old enough, darn near old enough to be the same age as my youngest daughter, right? Or oldest daughter. But when I look at them, the strength that they showed, the resiliency that they showed, and a lot of people don't like to hear that word, right? Resilient. I ain't got no choice but to be resilient. But the reality is, you didn't know how strong you were until you had to flex those muscles. You didn't know how mentally strong you were until you had to be mentally strong. You didn't know how emotionally strong you were, how sound. You didn't know how you can adapt, how innovative you could be. You didn't realize that we can bring these ideas and make things work, not just because it was magically going to happen, but because we put the brain power behind it and we actually made things happen that nobody else thought could happen. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful because even on my worst days, I still found someone with a bright smile, man. Even on the worst hours, the hardest times, the times you just wanted to say, man, I'm just clocking out, right? There's somebody else that came up and said, hey, man, we got this. We're going to do this. Hey, let's do this together. We're not in this by ourselves. We're a team. You know, I had 2 hallways. I walked upstairs and downstairs in my shop, and upstairs, and then I had to move downstairs. And I tried to keep my foot or my hand up in the other area for a little while just because I'm like, hey, I'm still here. And sometimes I felt like I was spread thin. But you know what kept me moving and what kept me going was that one person. That one person that, hey, sir, what do you think about this? Hey, how about we try this? How about we do this? And you know, those little ideas, that little bit of energy, that little bit of momentum. Not only some people think we, especially in my position, that we're there for them. A lot of times they're there for us too. We need you. It's funny. It's funny. Those things don't ever come up in conversations. Like everything up and down the chain, if you're in any kind of leadership position or followership position, we need each other, right? So I'm thankful for those people that were here throughout this whole year, for the folks that left, that had a wonderful impact on the year that I had here. Thank you. Thank you for all the lessons. Thank you for the good and the bad. Thanks for getting through it with me. Thank you for the conversations. Thank you for taking time to say thank you. Thank you for taking time to reach out and even ask even the questions that you might have thought were silly. It gave me time with you. Thank you for walking in my office and closing the door and saying, hey, can I just have 5 minutes? Thank you for, if you're listening right now, thank you for listening to the radio show. I talk about work. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's rare and few times that you look forward to coming to work every day. And with the personalities, the conversations, the smiles, the laughter, I enjoy coming to work every day. You see, I don't care what's on my plate. I don't care what's on our table. I don't care what we have in front of us. It's the people that keep me going. It's the energy, yours, that keeps me going. You think it's my energy that keeps you going. Flip it, reverse it. You keep me going. You're my battery. And I'm thankful for you. I appreciate you. And I wouldn't change a thing. If I had 1,000 different places to go, I will still choose here. Not just because it's beautiful outside, but because you're beautiful. You're wonderful. You're unique. You're intelligent. You're special. And I love every moment that I get to hang around you. So if you're on my team and you're listening, if you're in that building and you're listening, thank you. I truly appreciate it. For my friends, family, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for you keeping me going. You reaching out to me on the weekends. I'm thankful for you following along this little journey on Facebook. Thankful for the feedback that you give me. And I'm thankful for the honesty. Not the, oh, you're doing great. No, I'm thankful for the, hey, man, you might want to try this. Right? I'm thankful for the fact that you take a second out of your time just to send a note and tell me you care. I'm thankful that you receive it when I send you one. I'm thankful for the folks who look at the positive vibe messages each week and send me that feedback and tell me what they think, good or bad. I haven't got a bad one yet, but I'm waiting for it, right? Actually, I do have one friend, Heather Bledsoe. This is a shout out to you. You do tell me when I get a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. So thank you for being that friend who's 100% honest with me. You made me relook the whole thing. So I will tell you this, and without further ado, I'm truly thankful for every opportunity, every person who gave me a chance. I'm truly thankful for the folks who rejected me, for the people who told me no, because you made me stronger. You made me wiser. I didn't rethink myself and I didn't change my goals. I just reevaluated my path. I'm thankful for the folks who didn't believe in me because I didn't care. I believed in myself, but you reminded me why it's so important to believe in myself. You see, I'm thankful for the good and the bad. I'm thankful for all of it, and you should be too. You see, everything in 2020 wasn't going to be roses, strawberries, and butterflies and cupcakes, right? In 2020, we had to grow. A lot of people were in their comfort zone. A lot of people were just living life however they thought life should be lived, throwing themselves aimlessly out there into the world. But you know what 2020 taught everybody to do and forced people to do? 2020 said, hey, I know you can move, but can you be still? Oh yeah, I know you can move, but can you be still? Can you pause, evaluate, reevaluate, look at yourself and say, hey, wait a minute, I need to make some changes, right? Just because we've been doing this as status quo don't mean this is the best way to do it. Just because it's the way I've been living my life doesn't mean this is the best way I need to live my life. There's some changes I can make. There's some things I can do different. There's someone I need to be. So 2020 didn't do anything else. Hopefully it taught you to be a better version of yourself. So for all my folks, 78.6 FM, Yomaton, this is Positive Vibes with Winston. We're talking about thankful and gratitude and what I'm appreciative for this year. And I'm reaching out, giving a shout out to my team, my day team, the MPF family, military personnel flight 718 FSS, giving a shout out to the staff here at 78.6 FM Yomaton. You guys see pictures, smiles. You see the good times when we walk in, the quick conversations and handoffs when I come in this room. It's an amazing atmosphere. It's a positive atmosphere. It's of my wheelhouse, right? I love the energy. And I try to bring that every day. I try to take that out of here when I go to work. I try to take that when I'm going to the store. Just that few minutes to give somebody some positive energy. Because you know what? I know it starts with one. And I know that it's a chain reaction if you do it the right way. It's contagious. Positive vibes are contagious. So I'm thankful for those people that pick up on it. I'm thankful for those of you that say, hey, man, I like this. This energy is, I like this. Let me wear this. And I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to somebody. Because when you do that, I'll share this with you. Somebody came and said last week, they said, hey, man, so how do you change? Promise, you can't make this stuff up. What's the difference between climate and culture? And can you change a culture? Can one person change a culture? I said, or climate, I believe it was. And I said, no, but I think that one person can start. I think one person can start a change. I think that one person can start a change. And even if it isn't to the culture, I think they can start a change with the climate, which ultimately affects the culture of everything going on. That could be in a household. That could be in a work center. That could be anywhere. I think one person can start change. You see, the problem is nobody wants to be that person. And I'm so thankful that we got so many people, and I've been watching it all over social media and everything else, that are trying to be that positive person, right? All these changes coming up in 2021, guess what? It starts with that one person saying, hey, you know what? What's going on wasn't cool. I want to change that. I want to do something different. I want to be the change. I want to start the change. And that's what I told one of my other folks that moved on to Korea not too long ago. I told her, I said, be the change. You ain't going to be able to jump in, put your feet down on the ground and change everything automatically, but you can be the person that triggers something. You can trigger a thought process. You can trigger a program change. You can trigger somebody looking at the entire thing differently because you are the change. So I'm thankful for those people who are moving on. I'm thankful for those people who are still here. I'm thankful for those people that are listening in right now and that are going to continue to push these positive vibes we're pushing out there right now. Gratitude. If you start your day off with gratitude, not just this week, not just because it's Thanksgiving week, be thankful every day for what we have. Be thankful every day that we're waking up again and that we're able to do it again and better than yesterday. Be thankful for every opportunity that you have. Be grateful because when you start with gratitude, you can't lose. Talk to you after this break. Positive vibes. 78.6 FM, Positive Vibes with Winsome. This is Saturday, 28 November, 2 days after Thanksgiving. So that means that most of you guys are still sitting there on some full stomachs, probably warming up some more food right now as we speak. Probably that real cheesy macaroni or that roast or whatever it is, that turkey or that ham, whatever it is you're eating right now. Hey, listen to me, man. Hopefully you're still thinking about that New Year's resolution that you're talking about. Hey, I hate to put it out there for you real quick, man. We've been talking about that all last week. Hey, do not wait, man. Do not wait for 2021 to say, I want to change and I want to do something different. Oh, I kind of called it, cashed it in for the New Year's and for the holiday season, but I'm going to start on 1 January. No. Hey, go ahead and start building those building blocks right now to get you into your new year, right? So if your New Year resolution, and I'm going to tell you why I hate resolutions, because it shouldn't be something that you do in a new year. It should be something that you already know that you want for yourself, and you're making the change right now. Come on, man. So think about this real quick. You know for a fact that you want to get fitter. So why are you waiting until 1 January? You're giving yourself a pass, huh? You're saying tomorrow. You know what happens? A lot of times tomorrow never happens, man. Tomorrow turns into 2022's New Year's resolution. So if this is you, hey, check me out real quick. Do not wait. You got to start believing in yourself right now that you can. You got to start making those steps and action plans right now and what you're going to do. So fitness is one of your goals. Hey, man, are you talking to the gym, to a personal trainer? Are you looking online for workout programs? Are you doing something that's going to have you physically motivated to get going? Have you jumped in the gym, jumped on a track to see where you're at? Have you done any of these things, or are you waiting for 1 January 1st? You see, the problem is a lot of people wait for January 1st to get going, and when you don't have to, you can start right now, right where you're at and right where you are. You don't have to go to the gym to get started with your resolution. You know what you can do? You can jump online. You can start looking at how to get started in the gym, because it's going to take day one. You know, day one is the hardest day for a lot of people, because day one gets you off the couch. Turkey comas. Day one gets you out your house. Macaroni and cheese. Day one gets you in the gym. That pumpkin pie, whatever you ate, apple pie. It was so good though, right? It's delicious. And with Christmas coming up, what's that doing to you? Some more good eating. So why not go ahead and set up a workout plan that supports what you're going to eat for the holiday season? Not try to punish yourself for what you take in, but try to earn it, right? So you try to earn your meal. It's a different mindset when you're earning your meal versus you're out there beating yourself up because of it. And it's one of those things that people don't think about very often. Hey, man, I'm going to stop beating myself up and I'm going to earn this meal. Oh, yeah, I ate pumpkin pie, apple pie, turkey, yams, all that good stuff on a holiday. But you know what? I earned it. Because every day that I was supposed to be, I was in the gym. Certain times a day during the week, I was doing 2 a days. Other times I was doing my cardio when I didn't need to. Because you know what? I want to earn this meal. Have faith in yourself. Believe that you can do it even if you can't see the body that you want. Think about what the body that you can get. You see, a lot of people, they think right now because they may have a gut. They may have, so what do you call them, love handles. They may have, I just had a kid 6 months ago. I can't snap back. Listen to me, until you try, until you get in that gym or until you get on that track, until you get with that trainer and you try, you will never know. You see, a lot of times, like I had a friend tell me, I think when I went from 226 pounds down to 170, I had a friend tell me, Cully, you don't just lose weight, bro. You change body types. And I thought that was the most hilarious comment because it's so true. It was just a matter of getting in there and seeing who I want to be. And I wish I can show y'all pictures right now. It was just about seeing who I wanted to be physically, what I wanted to look like physically. And I took the action steps towards it. So I said, hey, if I want broader shoulders, I know what shoulder workouts I need to do. If I want a bigger chest, I know what chest workouts I need to do. I also know what frequency I need to do it. And the funny thing is, a lot of that comes into knowing yourself. You won't know yourself if you don't get in the gym and learn yourself, right? This is physically we're talking about right now, but you can apply that concept to everything in your life. If you know yourself, right, If you've tested yourself through the stressors, through the situations, through events, and you know what you're capable of, come on, man, you hear me? If you know what you're capable of, then you can create the best version of you based on wins, losses, fails, passes. Think about this. You know yourself, and you're not giving up on yourself. Do you know the most beautiful human being possible is the person that thinks they're limitless? The most beautiful, amazing, and inspirational person is the one who doesn't believe there's a limit to what they're capable of doing or who they're capable of being. I think right here where I'm at right now is as far as I'm going? No. Do you think what I'm doing right now is? No. Check this out. It's where I'm at now, but I wish you can see what I see ahead of me, what I see ahead for my kids. What I see ahead for my family, like the last chapter, I'm already trying to tell the next book. I'm not stuck in this book, the what I did when I was, no. You have the pen. You have to have faith in you because you have to believe in you. You have to believe in the unseen. You have to understand that just because it's not in front of you don't mean you can't have it. The problem with 2020, or should I say one of the great things about 2020 is it forced us to wait. We couldn't have things in that right now, I'm doing it. Nah. 2020 said you got to wait. Skirt, time out, player. You can't go to Australia. You can't go to this country right now. You can't go to that place. You know why? Because you're limited. So what are you going to do with the time, space, and opportunity that you have? And hopefully you took this time, space, and opportunity to save up. Time, space, and opportunity to plan for the first thing you're going to do as soon as that barrier is lifted again and you can travel. Time, space, and opportunity to think about what version of you want to be. Who's the best version of you? Time, space, and opportunity. That's what 2020 gave us. That's what COVID gave us. A whole lot of all that. So you got time for yourself. Start there. Time to think about who you want to be. Time to take those classes. Time to get in that gym. Time to study a better diet. Time to travel and see things around your local area. Time to plan. Time to take action steps. You had time to think about it. You had time to visualize. Time for self-care. You had all kind of time. Space. You had to be within 6 feet of people, right? We had nothing but space forced on us. So what that do? It had to keep you in a little box, right? All over, everywhere you went, you had space. But what did you do with that? Did you take a step back and look at what was truly in front of you? Did some of you see people differently when you had all that space to see them? You see what they say, when it's right in your face, you can't really see the whole thing. But when you move back and you see it, you can see everything differently, right? You had to handle things differently. Think about it. The way you approach work, wiping hands, covering your mouth, the way you approach people, can't touch them, throw an elbow. Did you see things in people differently? I know I did. I learned so much in the last, since this kicked off, we heard about it in November of last year, 1 year. I learned so much, not only about other people, but about myself. What Tyra Banks said, how to smile with my eyes, right? And it's a blessing just to be able to talk to you right now without having to have a face mask going into the microphone. It makes me happy. Smile a little bit. So think about this real quick. Before we get down a rabbit hole of space and time, you also have opportunities. Maybe not opportunities to go where you wanted to go and do what you wanted to do, but you had opportunities to see it, visualize it, really miss and understand and truly care now, right? Because sometimes we take things for granted. So I hope this gave you an opportunity to see all of those things that you were taking for granted, because there was so much. And if you miss that, if you don't see that, if you can't see that now, oh, man, I don't know what else you can have happen to you before you start realizing that you may be taking life for granted, people for granted. Man, look at who in January, nobody saw Feb, whatever it was. Nobody saw Kobe passing, right? I bet you don't see his retirement game the same way anymore, do you? Now, if you can go back and see it live, would you? Think about the people we lost. Think about the people that got sick and we almost lost. You see, that's one thing we took for granted. One opportunity, right? Time, space, opportunity. One opportunity you do have is to reach out to those people. Tell them you love them. Tell them you care. Tell them you're sorry. This is an opportunity that's out there, presents itself that we pass up every day. Tell them you're thankful for them. I put a gratitude challenge out there to my team. I say, hey, man, for the next 7 days, I did this last Sunday. For the next 7 days, call somebody, text somebody, tell them you love them, right? How many of y'all actually did that? What do you think it feels like to be on the other end of that? That's an opportunity that you may never get again. We're always pushing off tomorrow, and then tomorrow's run out. Or tomorrow may never come for some of us. So you have an opportunity, is what was presented in 2020, is take those opportunities to tell people you love them, you appreciate them, you care for them. And if you don't want to tell them, show them. Actions do speak louder than words. So if you have an opportunity to show people you care, do it. This is an opportunity for me to tell you, show you that I care about each and every one of you, especially the people that are close to me. And the folks who I haven't met yet. If you hear these words and it inspires you or tells you or makes you want to be something different, do something better for yourself, let's go. That's the only reason I'm here, man. Positive vibes. I'm still standing. There's somebody out there, somebody who I have an opportunity or will have an opportunity to meet in person. People were walking by the window a few minutes ago taking pictures, saying the first American on 78.6 FM Yomitan speaking English on a Japanese station, which is a blessing. This is an opportunity. One that not everybody gets. One that I'm not going to take for granted. So for the last segment, man, it's 1 minute away. For the last segment, I'm going to talk to you about the Air Force Resiliency and Wellness. Air Force Wounded Warrior Resiliency and Wellness Team. You see, because sometimes we get confused about Air Force Wounded Warrior, and we think there's only the folks who were actually in the Wounded Warrior scenario, but it's not. You see, that program is about wellness and resiliency for everybody. How to make yourself a better version of yourself. How to keep yourself from going into those places that you don't need to mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And I talked about faith very briefly. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about being able to believe in the unknown. Having faith to fight to get there. Finding the strength in you because sometimes other people don't believe in you, but you have to believe in yourself. That's the first thing. Love yourself enough to believe in yourself, right? So I told you I wasn't going to get too deep on that. Be right back right after this break. .6 FM. This is Positive Vibes of Winston, and we're back. I told you and I promised that we were going to come back and we are going to talk about the Air Force Wellness and Resiliency Team. That's right, the Air Force Wounded Warrior Wellness and Resiliency Team. A new squad that they got about 1,000 folks out there, and they're talking about some great things, man. One of the coolest things I saw was question every day, what are you thankful for today, right? So then you get folks coming in with different answers like, man, I'm thankful for A, B, or C, or I'm thankful because I can. I'm thankful because I am. I'm thankful for it because I should, right? And it's a different viewpoint, perspective, thought process when you know you're not the only person that's grateful for something. And you take that energy, that gratefulness, right, that start your day off. Like, that's the first thing I do. I jump on what people talking about. Because remember, back in the U.S., back home, they are a day behind us. So when I'm waking up in the morning is when they're about to start, their afternoon time frame. So I'm looking at the messages. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is what people great. Start your day off with gratitude, right? And I hope they start doing that every day. Like, not even a day 1 through 30 for Thanksgiving, but what are you grateful for today? Or what are you thankful for today? So I want to give a shout out to the Air Force Wounded Warrior Team, Wellness and Resiliency Squad. Thank you. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the group. I'm thankful for the opportunity to know most of the people that are in that group and to share, messages, motivation, and inspiration with each other and keep each other motivated. So quick shout out to the Air Force 2W Wellness and Resiliency Team. If you guys haven't check them out. Again, it's not just for active duty wounded warriors. No, it's for everybody who may be going through something, just need a little wellness and resiliency tip. That's just a group right there that's doing it, man. And they're connected to the AF2W. So go ahead and check them out. See if there's anything that kind of may spark you, push you, motivate you, get you going for the day. And right now, like I said, they're talking about gratitude, which is exactly why I want to give them a shout out. Gratitude is one thing that we don't have enough of. We don't make enough time for. And a lot of times when we don't make enough time for gratitude, then we're not appreciative of what we have. So what I'm going to ask you and I'm going to challenge you to do is, if you haven't already been doing it, and if my tough love before wasn't working, then I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to slow it down for my teammates here in Okinawa who are learning English and are trying to understand what I'm saying with my Eddie Murphy voice. Hey, listen to me. Be thankful for something. And if you don't understand what I'm telling you, you have to be thankful for something. If you look at the negative every day and that's all you see, and you're not appreciative for whatever lesson you learn from that story, then you're missing it. You see, we're not here to get beat up. We're not here just to get dragged through life. What's going on every day around us is an opportunity to grow, right? So if you haven't woke up with the opportunity and thinking optimistically, like, what am I going to learn today? What's happening today? Even through our bad times, there's a story. And what I said, like I told my teammate on AFN, I'm thankful for the lessons and the blessings, the good and the bad. You see the heroes and the villains. Let me say that again. I'm thankful for the heroes and the villains in my life. Because the heroes, they saved me sometimes when they didn't even realize it, right? Different parts of my day, different parts of my week/year, the heroes were there. And the villains, you know what the villains allowed me to do? The villains allowed me to realize I had blind spots, weaknesses. They showed me what I needed to make strengths. They taught me how to be smarter, wiser, stronger. You see, you need those. If you had nothing but good times, you're never going to grow. You're never going to learn. There's never a story to tell. See, so when you got those negative people, when you got those negative storylines, those negative situations, those tough conversations, you see, there's a lesson in that. If you're one of those people that goes home and says, man, I could have did this a little bit differently, guess what? The next time that opportunity comes up, you're going to do it a little bit differently. If you really take time to evaluate that, be thankful for the lesson. And if you're really peeling back the onion and reflecting on a daily basis, you're not too young. Let me hear it for the young folks listening. And you know who I'm talking to, 18 to 25. If this is you, you're not too young to reflect on your day. You're not. Start now. Make it practice. Make it something that you do. Because after it starts being a practice to you, it's going to start coming naturally. So you're going to reflect and start appreciating different situations and seeing different perspectives about your day that you may not have knew or realized when you were going through it. You start replaying those conversations. You start replaying events. And you know what happens when you reflect, reevaluate, and think about what you could have did different? You're practicing for when it's time to do it differently. 100%. I'm not making this up. Trust me. 41 years later, I'm living it. I see it. I go home every night. And it's not to beat myself up. Oh, I should have said this different. No, it's to look at it like, you know what? All right, cool. This is going to happen again. This is going to be another opportunity. Or if it's not me, there's going to be somebody else that's going to go through that situation. I can talk to them before it happens, before they make the same mistake I did. Yo, that's why we're here. That's why you're here. If you didn't know, if you didn't realize it, you're here because you are learning the lessons. Not always just to navigate yourself through, but maybe it's going to be a time where you got to navigate somebody else. And to my little brother, I just got the phone with you during the break. I just want to tell you, you're stronger than you realize it. You're stronger than you realize. And just because you're going through a dark night right now doesn't mean there's not a bright day after that. Just get through it and know and believe, have faith that it's going to be a brighter day. That no matter how hard it is today, it's not going to be any easier, but it's going to be different. You have to believe that without a shadow of a doubt, that this is just temporary, whatever you're going through. Don't beat yourself up. The world's going to do that enough. Don't beat yourself up. See, you got to start learning to take those hits, right? But you got that internal strength. I saw a quote the other day that said, it's because the fire inside me was brighter than the fire outside of me. So what means is what I have going on and triggering in here is stronger than everything going on out here, trying to beat me up, beat me down, tear me apart. No, I'm too strong in here. So people won't tell you that. They won't tell you you're stronger than you realize you were. But if you forget, whoever's listening, if you forget, I'm here to spot you every Saturday. Just like in the gym, you got the heavy weight on your shoulders or on your chest, I'm here to spot you. I'm going to lift it up. Let me remind you, you're stronger than that. You can. You will, and you have to. You are, you can, and you will. See, no matter how you put those words, and I've heard different motivational speakers try to use different ways. I am, I can, and I will. Now, listen to me. You have everything built inside of you that everybody around you has. You have the same DNA makeup, all the same body parts, male or female, brains, muscles, blood, everything in there, veins, you name it, you're built just like there's nobody around you that's built different unless they're an alien or a dog or a different species of animal. But listen to me, as a human being, you already have all the makeup to be great. Stop doubting yourself. Stop comparing yourself. Have faith in you. Believe that wherever you're trying to be, no matter how old you are, you can get there. Believe that just because you're hitting roadblocks, blockages, and limitations, somebody tells you you can't, don't listen. What do you believe? If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't love you first, if you don't try to take a step back and look at it like, hey, wait a minute, I can do this. Let me stop doubting myself. Let me stop beating myself up. Let me stop giving myself all these hits because I'm already going to get them every day. Let me give myself some strength. And let me reach out to these people who are also trying to give me strength or trying to push me, motivate me, encourage me. Let me find those people in my life and bring them and keep them close. And let me eliminate all these people, places, and things that are keeping me from getting to my goal, my vision, my finish line. You see, when you master that, you learn how to protect your peace and you stop allowing all these insignificant things to pull you away from what you're trying to do with your life. That, my friend, is when you get it. And what's sad is so many of my young friends think they got so much time. Oh, I'll start that then. I'll wait a few years. Oh, I'll jump in school. No, let me tell you something. It starts right now. Because the person you are right now, let me tell you something. In 5 years, you're going to be looking back wishing that you started then. In 10 years, trust me, you're going to be looking back, yeah, I wish I would have did A, B, or C back then. So instead of waiting 5 years from now to make those look backs, why don't you right now think about what you're trying to achieve and take those action steps to get there. And let me tell you why I say this and why it's important. That self-love, that self-love yourself thing I'm talking about, think about how proud of yourself you're going to be instead of looking back with regret. Instead of looking back with regret, you're looking back with love, pride, astonishment, strength. Wow, I did that. I got so much more to do. But I made myself the building blocks back then that I needed to get here right now. That should be you. Stop paying attention to all these people. Stop listening to people who did not live their dream telling you how to live yours. What is your dream? What is your vision? What is your goal? Where are you trying to be? You fight to make that a reality and stop letting other people block you. Notice I don't have no notes today. This is 100% all from the heart. You're stronger than you thought you were. Sometimes you got to tell your brain to shut up. Hey, I don't know, Winsome. I don't think you can do that. Shut up, man. I got this. I don't know, Winsome. I don't think you're strong enough. Shut up, man. I got this. I don't know, Winsome. Maybe you're second. Shut up. I got this. I tell my friends, follow your heart, take your brain with you, because you got to use both, right? You got to pay attention to both. But I'm going to tell you something I don't say very often. Pay attention. Follow the signs. See where you're trying to go. Get to your finish line. Do not change your goal. Change your path. If it gets hard, you're going down, and you just feel like I can't do this, it's called turbulence. When you get to the other side of that, when the turbulence slows down, it's smooth sailing. You got this. Stop doubting yourself. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. Remember, you have already survived your worst days. Let me say that again to you. You have already survived your worst days. You were strong enough to get through it. You were strong enough to carry yourself past the hardest times, the tears, the emotions, and you're strong enough for whatever's coming next. Believe it. Stop letting people, places, or things slow you down, throw you off track, allow you to doubt yourself, beat you up. Beat yourself up. Stop beating yourself up. You are loved, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm so thankful for you. I appreciate everything, everyone, every day that I have, and I really, truly can't wait to see everybody again. Positive Vibes of Winsome. Today we talked about gratitude. You are, you can, and you will. See you next week. Bye.